Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Mark again here, Weatherman. Plus, got a big afternoon update for you. Matter of fact, Storm Beryl is getting worse. If y'all remember those upper level winds I was telling you that I was moving it into the northwest direction the other day, and then it was going to go north and follow that trough, follow that jet stream pull to the east. The winds aloft is actually pushing really strong still on the right side of this system, and it's helped keeping the system stronger, bringing a lot of heavy rainfall, a lot of strong winds still. Matter of fact, the wind field is stretching out to places that wasn't even anywhere even near the cone, and a lot of damage and a lot of reports. If you go to the description of the video, you'll see where I have the link to my X. Go there and you'll see all the videos. I did repost them, even a shark swimming on the highway through Texas from all this storm surge. I'm also going to give you an update on what's going on not only with this storm, but what is coming still around the corner, just like I did tell you the other day, but I will update you again. Have some information I want to share with y'all first. So we're starting to see people out there on the road. And now listen, there's a lot of power lines down. There's big time power problems. It's over 1.5 million. It's now, I think, 2.7 million without power. So stay away from any fallen power lines. If you're in your vehicle and you see the power line, stay in your vehicle. You're safer in the vehicle. Call 911. You never know which lines are going to be active and which ones are not. Now, as soon as these strong winds calm down, they will be able to get the crews out there and start getting y'all power back on. But you can expect it to be out for quite some time. You got to imagine you got a lot of people that they have to take care of, and they got to wait for these winds to leave. And they're not going to be leaving until later on this afternoon. Also, flooding that y'all see in those videos, make sure you prepare for it, because as this goes further towards northern Louisiana, towards Arkansas, we could see more of this. So help me get this information out to others. Everybody, please hit that like button, hit that share button down below. Get this on the homepage. Let other people see the latest information on what's going on with this storm system. If you've never been here before, make sure you subscribe. I am all year long my weather forecasting. Matter of fact, the tropics were starting to look closed with all the very dense dust coming through, and then Beryl actually grew in all that dust and came right on through and set all those records. So if you liked early warnings on what's going on in the tropics, I've been talking about Beryl for 10 days now, about how this trough is going to come down and potentially pull this into the Gulf, and do extra updates every single day to keep you notified and safe as possible. So make sure you subscribe if you want to be part of that. You must click that bell and select all to get all the notifications from my updates. Now, latest updates, we did get 4 tornado reports. We did get some damage as well. So over here for Jamaica Beach, they did have a tornado report, power lines due to the tornado, but there's a lot of trees down everywhere. Also over here by Beaumont, they also had a tornado, and they had 2 reports over here by Jasper. Even reports of damage to condominiums and apartments in West Jasper, and search and rescue is ongoing. Power outages is still going up, over 2.7 million without power. Just like I was saying, whoever's going to get all those strong winds and all that heavy rainfall, this is going to persist through northeastern Texas. Please be aware and expect more power outages to come. Now, you remember when I showed you the other day how you getting favorable winds and it's going to lose all that wind shear due to the upper level leaving, and then it was going to go to the west northwest because these winds are going to push this system, help it tighten up and spin and push to the west. Then it was going to go north, and that's what it's been doing. But what it's going to do now is it's going to get pulled by that trough and still go out to the northeast. But all these upper level winds is help keeping the winds very strong on the eastern side of Beryl as it goes up all even along, and it will go over northern Louisiana, southern Arkansas as you go later tonight into the morning. This is help keeping strong winds and keeping a lot of that flooding and ongoing surge that you have. All this is just pulling all that Gulf water all the way inland. But you can also see that all the winds, even it's on land, weakening down. You still have strong winds over here in the Gulf, still going on that banding on the eastern side, and that will persist all even along as it keeps going northern. And this is bringing that tornado threat still for eastern Texas, western Louisiana, and going to northern Louisiana, southern Arkansas. Matter of fact, I'm showing there's potential for this to get stronger. Latest advisory has it all the way down to Tropical Storm Beryl, moving north-northeast at 14 miles per hour. It is picking up speed, but it's still going to be later tonight before it leaves Texas. But you still have storm surge. A lot of people think it's safe to go outside because there's not a lot of storms going on. You still got a lot of flooding. This is all onshore flooding that's happening. After the storm starts moving away, you're going to see offshore flooding in different directions. please be aware this is still an issue. Flash flooding for the next 3 days still not only have you for the moderate going all the way into eastern Oklahoma into Arkansas, you have this huge slight risk all the way towards Indiana and Illinois, all down Louisiana, Michigan, northern Indiana, Ohio, going out through Pennsylvania and the northeast. Rain still to come. I know you got a lot, still rain to come. 1 to 2 inches on all this light green, 2 to 4 in all this dark green. Still have 4 to 6 in all this yellow for Texas going all the way through Arkansas. More flooding still coming. Plus you have it along the coast for Louisiana and a little bit of southern Alabama, Panhandle, Florida, 1 to 2 inches. And you have it over here for the southeast, 1 to 2, 2 to 4 in the dark green. Now, National Weather Service has put out a considerable flash flooding risk right where the system of Beryl is moving north, and you have them upper level winds really persistent on the eastern side. It's going to keep that onshore flooding going. Please be aware this is going to be a high risk value. Showing you tornado threat could increase. It already increased once with the 10% for today. So far, here's your cities and states at risk for the chance for tornadoes for today. Now, NATOcast has it a crazy amount. I don't think it's going to be this level, but I do think we could see possible a red section for northeastern Texas, western Louisiana, and southwestern Arkansas as you go through the evening. Could be an upgrade. Matter of fact, you look at the latest, according to Colorado State University, they are showing the exact same thing. Could be an upgrade of a more risk for chance for tornadoes for northeastern Texas, northwestern Louisiana, and southern Arkansas. And you can see this here as you go through the evening. You still have some very powerful storm cells being pushed and pulled on the eastern side of that storm. And that's where you have a big risk for tornadoes as you go all through the evening. Then it transitions over to northwestern Louisiana as you go by 6 p.m. And as you go by later tonight, it's going to start transitioning into southern Arkansas also. This is all going to be rotating. Plus, you can still have a hidden cell, a rogue cell inside of here as that banding, that outer banding pulls to the north. Do not let that go as not a possibility. You can even see that the damaging winds really still gets behind that and pushes that out. While this pivots overnight, 2 o'clock in the morning, bringing a lot of storms towards northern Arkansas all morning long for hours. And then we go further along. But showing that the winds will remain 50 and 60 miles per hour wind gusts all through Texas, northern Louisiana getting 40s and the 50s. Southeastern Oklahoma getting a little bit of high 40s, might even tap into a little bit of 50s, and southwestern Arkansas. Now for tomorrow, you still have that 2%. You see it has increased into that 5% chance, just like it was showing on Colorado State University. Chances for tornadoes as you get that surface low right here headed in this direction. So far, here's our update on the new places at risk, chances for tornadoes for tomorrow, for Tuesday. Matter of fact, you can see the latest run with HRRR that as you go through the evening, your chances for a significant tornado perimeter to pop up, you have to have strong dew points, really bad wind shear to create a potential tornado or revolving mesoscale convective system. And you see those have a good chance to bring tornadoes towards eastern Texas, western Louisiana. Remember, these are quick spin ups. They will go away just as fast, but they can be dangerous as you get in this big revolving system, big tail whip going around, bringing you the chances to get the tornadoes as you go through the evening. Please be careful. But you can also see as you look at your significant tornado perimeters as we go through tomorrow that it starts growing for southeastern Missouri around noon, around southern Illinois, western Kentucky, going towards southern Indiana, even getting its strongest chance around 6 p.m. as we get these storms going through. And you also have some buildup going over here from northeast towards New England, and it does get a little bit worse as you go through the evening, bringing in chances for tornadoes. We have some cells passing by also for that. Then as you go through Wednesday, we're going to get this trough that's going to be coming through while Beryl is headed towards Ohio Valley and the Great Lakes. This is bringing you a chance for tornadoes. There is a 5% chance. So far, here's your cities and states at risk. So this is what you got to watch for as you go through tomorrow. As the system starts coming to the north, you're going to start getting these cells in front of Beryl and from that tail whip still, the outer banding coming out. That's what you got to watch for as you go through the evening. Those could easily spin up a cell in front of it as you go through the evening. Now, I don't have Indiana or none of y'all in the tornado risk. I believe this could change a little bit. And you also can see as that front comes through, you get some very strong, very fast moving cells moving through the northeast also. This is also going to bring you chances for tornadoes as we get in that trough for tomorrow evening. So keep that in mind. There's going to be multiple areas at risk. And when it goes through all this, you have some strong winds aloft, but you also get some very strong winds on the wraparound as that pivots right there. Bring you strong, severe weather, chances for damaging winds with that as well. And I think the tornado risk could upscale a little bit. You can see with your lower level winds are not super strong as you go through tomorrow, even on the beginning of those cells. But as it starts going further and further to the north, you start getting stronger winds on the wraparound as it takes that pivot point, but showing a big swath, not only for Louisiana, all the way towards southern Mississippi, southern Alabama. Look at the flooding going on right here for northeastern Texas, southwestern Arkansas. You're going to see a lot of flooding going on like you've been seeing through Texas. This is very heavy amounts of rainfall, 7 inches plus right there still to come down. Showing also for southeastern Oklahoma, going through Arkansas, bringing you a lot of flooding, coming through southern and southeastern Missouri, central and southern Illinois, northeastern Illinois. Heaviest on northern Indiana, 1 inch on southern Indiana, going through southern Michigan and northwestern Ohio. Also 1+ inches of rainfall for the intercoastal northeast and New England. Some heavier rainfall in upstate New York, maybe getting 2 inches. And the storms brewing over here by the Bahamas, could be reaching over here by Florida as well, bringing you 1 to 2+ inches more rainfall for you as well. Showing still around the corner that we still have that high pressure that's going to be moving in. It's going to be pushing any tropical waves, southern and western. And you can see right here, according to the Euro, maybe anytime from the teens to the high teens, might get a tropical wave moving into the eastern Pacific. Showing you still have all this dust persisting through. This is putting not only the dust coming on everybody, but all the precipitation is going to stay southern when this happens. That way it can't get into the Caribbean. It can't keep going. There's a mild little wave might come through bringing some storms. But then again, it was almost the exact same look when Beryl sparked up. So I will still keep my eyes on the tropics, but it's looking like with all this dust and the high pressure expanding still, it's going to be moving your chances away. But maybe something can start curving once we go towards the high teens. Still, this is what Euro is seeing can go into the eastern Pacific. GFS is seeing the same thing. I'm still going to keep my eyes on the tropics because I don't trust any of that. It's just too far away to be accurate. You can see here with GFS, the high pressure expands out still, bringing waves into the eastern Pacific as we go through the teens. Then maybe something can pass through for that time period while we get a strong system pulling through the lower 48. I will keep you updated. But more than likely will be another high pressure expanding out, and it's just pushing everything into the eastern Pacific for a while on that. Look at all that high pressure expanding. That is a lot. Just to show you it's trending, it's not just the GFS. You look at long range with the Euro, you can see the high pressure expands out. It don't stay as long as what the GFS showed. But then you see it does push these waves into the eastern Pacific, and we still get somewhat a high pressure build after that. But showing with the long range, with the ensembles of the Euro, that high pressure is not really going to be boss. We're going to have some low pressure moving through as well. I will keep you updated. But until you see all this banding stop bringing all these very strong winds on shore, is not going to be able to get to y'all powered. You might be able to start to move into other people that is out of power as this system starts moving further north as we go through the evening. But still, it is moving very slowly, and it's going to take hours for this to go away. And that has been the latest update. I will see you again first thing in the morning with another update on what's going on. It will be a shorter video. Thank you again to everyone out there that helps share this information, get others alerted to what is going on, when they're going to get their power back, and why is it taking so long, and really how bad it is out there. They need to stay off the streets. That's so important. Now, before I go real quick, Hebrews 4:14 through 16. Speaking about Jesus. Seeing then that we have a great high priest that is passed into the heavens, Jesus, the Son of God, let us hold fast our profession. For we have not an high priest which cannot be touched with the feeling of our infirmities, but was in all points tempted like as we are, yet without sin. Let us therefore come boldly unto the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in time of need. Amen. This was a very bad hurricane. It took many lives, even some lives in Texas today with trees going down. God bless all the families that is going through that. I firmly believe that God did give us mercy. This could have been way worse. And we all know, everyone that's from the Gulf, that thing sitting in that Gulf that long, that was not good. All glory goes to God, our Father in heaven, Yahweh. And I always hope he keeps you safe every single day of your life, and your neighbors, your friends, everyone that is around you, and forever. Amen. Hallelujah. Amen. Have a great day, everybody. Endure. When the winds go away, they'll get on the power.